and we've just had a major disaster. We got a bit of chickpeas all over the trousers. We've had a disaster.
This is Quizine in Pakistan.
Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of Quizine TV, where we quiz the cuisine. You've made it to episode 3 of Quizine in Pakistan, and for this one, we continue our adventures around the magnificent city of Karachi. Like much of our travelling experiences, the days are long and intense, so it's only right to start them with a hearty breakfast. So, we headed to a place called Badrabad in Karachi, famous for its delicious Halwa Puri, but let's just say things didn't get off to the best of starts. Sure you got that on camera? Right guys, I'm in with the locals, we're having some Halwa Puri, and we've just had a major disaster. We got a bit of chickpeas all over the trousers. We've had a disaster. As you can see, very excited for this one. Got a little bit of chickpeas on my trousers. We're going to show you how they do it. Halwa Puri, very traditional Pakistani, South Asian food types. For some reason they have it for breakfast. Mix of flavours. We're going to show you how it's all done. This is going to be incredible. Let me wipe up for now though. Okay guys, our food has arrived. We are about to tuck in, and I am super excited. We're in a place called Badrabad. This area is known for having the most amazing Halwa Puri, which is a very traditional Pakistani breakfast. You'll find this across the country, and effectively it's a selection of a few sort of curry dishes with some puri, and the main thing here is the halwa. The halwa is a sweet South Asian dish. It's similar to halawa, which they have in the Middle East. It's made of semolina, whereas halawa is a bit more sort of solid, a bit more of a sort of solid crunchy form. The halwa that you'll find across the Indian subcontinent is more sort of mushy, pummeled up. And the main difference is there's a lot more ghee involved. Halwa, the main ingredient is semolina. So it's basically semolina, sugar and ghee, and it's cooked on a fire very slowly till it's dried out, and you get this almost pulpy, soft, cloudy texture. That's effectively the halwa, and it's just sweet. So it's a bit of a mix of flavours on the palate, because you have the sweet halwa, and then you have your sort of standard chickpea curry that you might envisage. You have lentils, and you mix all those flavours together, and you get this lovely, sweet, but also savoury taste in your mouth. It's served, of course, with a traditional puri. This is a deep fried flatbread, but it's basically almost like a paratha, but it's deep fried, and it's really wonderful, fluffy and oily. So it's very calorific, this meal, and again it's a traditional breakfast meal that they have here. But these guys go in hard, as we know, throughout the day, especially during breakfast time. So we're going to tuck in now. I'm going to grab a little bit of this halwa. Balbai, share with me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You get a little bit of the puri. Into, where we go, chana?
Yeah, potato and chana.
Okay, so let's try a little bit of the chana first.
Hello. Hello. Achar liya beta, achar. Achar.
Oh my God. That is actually unbelievable.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Lovely, warm, comforting flavour on that. Very spicy. It's got a good kick to it, which is what we love to see. And the pudding is so oily. Look at the oil just coming off on my fingers. It's just the oily goodness. Right, let's go for the the main one right now. Get a little bit of the halwa. So this is a fresh batch of halwa that they brought us. It's the sweet good stuff. Let's get a little bit of this. Oh man. That is unbelievable. That is genuinely unbelievable. It's so sweet. It's so satisfying. It's almost like a sweet jelly. Actually, the ones that we have in Bangladesh, the halwa is a bit more kind of, it's less watery. It's a bit more solid. This one is quite watery. It's almost like a jam. It's almost like a semolina jam. But it is absolutely delicious. Now, what we want to do is get a little bit of the halwa. And we're going to cross-contaminate, baby. Cross-contamination. And actually, Iqbal here has just put some pickle, homemade pickle, and spread it all over the chana as well. So, oh man, that is to die for. The sweetness and the sort of spiciness there complement each other really well. For some reason, they work in perfect harmony, even though they're the polar opposites when it comes to the flavour. And that pickle, it's got a lovely little tang and chilliness to it as well. But this, you can understand why this is such a popular breakfast item here. And in Badrabad, they've got the best Halwa Puri. So you need to come and try this in Karachi. This is absolutely delicious. Calorie-wise, not good at all. Flavour-wise, unbelievable.
Mahmood, what are you saying, lad?
You ready?
I'm not sure, mate. I'll be honest, I'm a bit baffled about the amount of calories that the Pakistanis and South Asians in general manage to pack in the morning. So is that the sana? Chana. Chickpeas. Alright, I'm gonna have a bite of each. I've had chana everywhere, to be honest. With my Bangladeshi friends. This is the first time I'm having the Pakistani version of it, so let's see. Oh man, that is good. That is very good. Let me get a bit of the... What's this? The pickles.
Char.
Char.
Char, they call it. It's pickle.
That is banging. Oh. Oh. That is very good. That is very, very good. Well, I'm gonna maximize the amount of pickles I'm gonna have in there because that gave that an extra flavor. Not that it needed it, but it just takes it up a level, to be honest. Oh, dang, this is so good. It's actually so good. This is the one I'm looking forward to. I've got a bit of a sweet tooth, so I'm gonna dig straight in. And I reckon one bite of this is about 300 calories maybe. So let's have a look here. Just pure, was it sugar they said?
Sugar, ghee, semolina.
It's literally just pure sugar. Bismillah. I mean, put sugar and ghee together, what are you gonna get? You're gonna get absolute glory. Unbelievable. That takes it from me, I'll be honest with you.
Best breakfast you've ever had in your life?
It's up there, 100% it's up there. I'm not gonna lie to you. So we go here.
Go there first.
And then where do we go? Bit of that in, yeah? So don't forget there's pickles. So there's pickles in there. And then there's what? Ghee and honey. And then there's chickpeas. I don't know what I'm doing, I'll be honest with you. Somehow, it just makes perfect sense. It's unbelievable, it's actually so good. This is so good.
Once we were done blowing Mahmood's mind with such a glorious Pakistani breakfast, the next step was to blow his mind again, but this time with a Pakistani lunch. We headed into Liaqatabad in Karachi to try, no exaggeration, the best biryani in the world.
Alright guys, words cannot express how excited I am for this next dish because we are having the one and only Pakistani biryani. And this biryani is ultra special. Why? Because there's bone marrow in there. It's a sort of beef biryani, but also in there are these bits of cow foot, and in that is the bone marrow. So the bone marrow cooks all together with the biryani until it becomes soft and oozes out, and when you ultimately have the biryani, you've got that extra buttery, fatty taste of the bone marrow. Potentially one of the best biryani joints in all of Karachi, potentially all of Pakistan. It's called Qadri Nalli Biryani, and it's in Liaqatabad, which is in the north of Karachi. And the further north I've seen you go in Karachi, the more hustle and bustle it becomes, the more vibrant it becomes, the more people are around. So I love the fact that this is raw and real. There's so much people here. This is basically the old part of the city. You can tell from the buildings, the narrow roads, and all that beautiful color. What's so impressive about this place is this massive operation. These guys feed thousands upon thousands of people every day. They started off in the late 80s, so they've been around for a few decades, and it's basically a father and a son that manage the operation. They've got huge pans, and they fill these pans. They begin by basically putting in some beef and spicing the beef, and then later on they add that bone marrow, the bits of bone, which are then cooked slowly. Then they sort of add the rice. So there's layers and layers to it. Once they've cooked it over here in the kitchen, just around the corner literally is the shop where they actually sell the biryani. So they love the way they pick up a massive pan, they transport it onto the back of a bike, and then they walk it across the corner and they take it off where they start serving. Everything here is super, super fresh. Everything from the rice to the meat, all the ingredients, ultra fresh. And that is why you get an absolutely elite biryani at the end of it. I've been watching it from start to finish. These guys know what they're doing. The whole process from the start to the end of making one of these pots takes about an hour and a half. So there's a lot of effort and planning that goes into it. Now, enough chit chat, we're going to head over to the store where they actually serve the biryani, and we are going to indulge in this bone marrow infused epic biryani. Alright, the biryani has finally arrived, and oh my god, I am so excited. The first thing you've got to do when you fire up this biryani, by the way, is get one of these bad boys and remove the bone marrow. So you grab one of these, look at that, there's the bone marrow there. We need to get that to come out. This could take a while, by the way. I'm gonna have to get it out with a spoon, mate. Very hot, by the way. I'm burning myself. Can you see that? Woo! See that fat? This right here is the insides of the bone, and this is what makes this place really special. That buttery goodness of the fat, the bone marrow, adds a whole dimension to the biryani. Anyway, enough chit chat, let's go. Get a little bit of that buttery goodness, a bit of meat. Oh my god. That is unbelievable. I've always said Pakistani biryani is very special because there's such a mix of flavors in it. This one is very spicy. You saw from the cooking process, it's very intricate, the way they balance the rice on the meat, the way they put in all those flavors, the time they spend cooking it. But the flavors there are just ridiculous. You put it into your mouth and your brain doesn't know which way to think. There's so many different things going on. It's absolutely delicious. It's very spicy though. Very spicy indeed. I mean, not in a bad way. A lot of the food in Karachi, at least in the south of Pakistan, does have a higher concentration of spice. But somehow it works as a key to unlocking more flavor. It doesn't detract from the wonderful spices and flavors. Super delicious. And the bone marrow, honestly, is unlike anything you ever try. You'll try ghee in your rice, you'll try butter in your rice, but the level of richness, the whole new layer of buttery goodness that the bone marrow adds to the rice is just unparalleled. Honestly, these guys are the pioneers of cooking biryani in this way. You can tell they've been doing it for years, because this place is absolutely incredible. Ooh! 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 Oh my god, did you see that? No, I didn't see it. All came out, mate. Unbelievable.
Unreal.
Unbelievable.
Got that here, mate.
Alright.
Let's get this. Whack it in here. I've genuinely got no words. That is probably one of the best rice platters I've ever had. Rice platters. And the best biryani by far, like it's not even close. I haven't had as many as Mahati.
Ever had?
100%. Like I'm not even exaggerating. It's ridiculously good. The beef, the spice, the freaking bone marrow. How? Where does that come from? It's just unbelievable. Honestly, no words. Genuinely no words.
All Pakistan best biryani.
Thank you very much.
Actually, no one will tell you in all over the world the formula of the biryani and the secret of anything. You understand better than us. We have done it. आप जिस तरह ये इस बिजनेस को रन कर रहे हैं, जब आप शादी करेंगे तो आप आगे बढ़ेंगे तो आपके बच्चे इंशाल्लाह इसके बिजनेस को रन करेंगे इंशाल्लाह। कब आप शादी करेंगे आप बताएं इनको। और बता थोड़ा सा मंगाइए, ज़्यादा सीरियस नहीं होना चाहिए। एक साल बाद इंशाल्लाह आफ्टर 1 year he will get married. After 1 year he will get married. Then the people of the Jazeb will run this.
Okay, very good, very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All that incredibly flavoursome food under the scorching Karachi sun meant that we needed to find a way to cool ourselves down. And what better way to do precisely that than trying some crazy Pakistani ice cream? We headed to the Karachi neighbourhood celebrated for its incredible Gola Ganda next.
Alright guys, the next thing we're going to be trying is a famous Pakistani dessert. This is called the Pakistani Gola Ganda. Gola Ganda. It sounds like a villain in a Bollywood movie. It's basically Pakistani ice cream, and oh my god, this thing is epic. Just look at the state of it. I don't know how many people can eat from this, probably at least 10. It's literally just lathered in all sorts of different things. So they get a huge block of ice, they shave the ice off, almost like a frozen snow cone, or an ice cone is what I think they call it in the US, and then they start adding various syrups to that ice to give it some flavour. This behemoth, mammoth looking creature of a dessert has got 4 different scoops of ice cream as well. Strawberry, it's got some vanilla, it's got orange and something else as well. Then it's basically topped off with jelly, there's coconut there, there's some nuts, and then they break up an Oreo and stick some Oreos in there and some wafers. And then if that's not enough, they put some more chocolate syrup on and some evaporated milk. So it's literally just an absolute calamitous mess of different sweet things. I'm gonna get a little bit of the actual ice, some of the ice cream, stick the wafer in there as well. Let's go.
Brain freeze.
Oh my god. Wow. I haven't got brain freeze. My brain just froze from all the flavours. There's so much sweet madness going on there.
You take ice with it?
The ice is there, yeah. We have the ice.
Do you have the ice with it?
Yeah, you're not meant to put the ice in there just for fashion.
What's going on here?
You tell me.
What is going on here? What's it called again?
Gola Ganda.
Gola Ganda. Woo! So we've got a bit of ice. I don't know, that could be pistachio, but that is the brightest pistachio ice cream I've ever seen in my life. Got a bit of vanilla here. If you haven't seen, there's a bit of jelly dropping out. And there's a bit of mango. Again, very bright. I don't know what that pink stuff is. Maybe that's ice cream. And then what else do I do here, mate?
Get everything on one spoon.
I've never seen anyone burst into a hysterical fit of laughter after taking a spoon of food. What the hell does that mean?
I feel like I'm in the game. Do you know what I mean?
No, not at all.
It doesn't feel real. Well, genuinely, like, it feels like I'm eating a mixture of medicine, ice cream, water. It's just like, I don't know. I genuinely have no idea what I'm eating. In terms of taste, I don't know. Like, it's very acceptable if you're a kid, I think. Apart from that, I've got nothing else to say.
So I think it's safe to say the Egyptian wasn't too much of a fan of the Pakistani ice cream, but this is only just the surface of our Pakistani gastronomical adventure. Join us next time where we round off our Karachi cravings with an epic street food crawl of the famous Burns Road. You'll be mad to miss it.